Hey guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome to day one of Smutathon. I am sitting in front of my front door because here, let me show you. This is the cutest thing ever. The little thing that's running around is a baby horse that was just born and I can't handle it. So basically me and Manny are just sitting here at the front door watching the baby horse run around. So I wanted to just get on here, say hi, let you guys know what I'm reading, where the week is going. It's gonna be a good time. Can you sit down? So basically I was trying desperately all week to finish all of the books that I was in the middle of before Smutathon started, and I was so close. I was so close. I was in the middle of a lot of really long books that I just didn't want to drag into the week. And I'm only dragging one in, and it's not even like a drag. It's fine. I'm enjoying the book. But last night I finished up Outlander. That was a hell of a long book, but God, it was so good. But I've got that one done. And I'm still finishing up the Dragon Republic, which I'm just adoring. But I still have a good chunk left at the end. This is, oh sorry, I bopped you right in the face. I'm so sorry. This is one of those arcs that has like the Bible thin pages that you can see through. So I still have like 200 pages to go of this, but we're hitting that like shit hitting the fan part of the book that is to be expected at the end of really long fantasies. So I think I am going to sit down and finish this. I know this is not even close to smut, but let me get to the smut real quick. So I'm gonna finish this before I start anything, because once I start reading all of the romance, I'm not gonna stop. That's the truth there. So my thoughts for today is I'm gonna finish the Dragon Republic. I do work later today. I work this afternoon into this evening. I'm on the night meds shift tonight. So I will be listening to a book on my way to work. I probably won't be listening much while I'm there because I need to pay attention to things while I'm there. But the audiobook that I'm thinking about starting is Because You're Mine, oh God, glary. Because You're Mine by Clara Contreras, because one, this is really short, so I'll be able to like kick the week off with a bang and finish something really quickly. And because this is available to listen to. And the first physical book that I'm going to pick up is going to be, oh gosh, and The Unhoneymooners by Christina Lauren is what you're attempting to look at right now. So this is the plan. It's only like 10 o'clock in the morning. I slept in today. It was very, very nice. But I do think I'm going to go head outside and try and get some reading in because it's actually really nice out today. I'm literally going to vlog all of June. I say that now. Will I actually do that? Who knows? But the plan is to vlog all of these readathons that I'm doing, and I'm doing many. So get ready to see my face in all sorts of situations. Oh God, you guys can see the shame that is all of my books that I haven't sold yet. Don't look at that. Okay, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go read now. Oh. This damn book. That's it. I have no words right now. I just finished up the last 200 pages of this, and I know this is irrelevant to Smutathon, but the last 50 pages of this fucked me up big time. Okay, that's it. We're gonna move on to happy romance from now on for this vlog, but y'all, prepare yourselves for that damn book. Okay, so I don't have an update as far as Smutathon goes, but I did just get a lovely little package in the mail that was unexpected. I think these are from Kathy Summers. The little note says, "Happy birthday, Chelsea." Oh, this is so fun. My birthday's coming up very soon. So she sent me If I'm Being Honest by Emily Wibberley and Austin Siegmund Broca off of my wish list, along with Book Love, which is the cutest thing. This is by Debbie Tung. And it's just a little, like, graphic novel about being a book nerd. And it's the cutest thing ever. So, thank you so much. That was such a pleasant surprise. I just, like, ripped this package open because your girl never stops ordering from Amazon. So I didn't know this was gonna be a little present. Thank you so much, Kathy. I appreciate it. That's amazing. Okay. That's my check-in. That's my reading update. Literally nothing for Smutathon, but it is now 3 o'clock and I need to get ready to go to work. So I'm going to download Because You're Mine, listen to that on the way to work. Honestly, I might get through almost all of that today because it's a very short book, and in audiobook form, I should be able to fly through that. So, okay, that's it for this check-in. I'm gonna go change and do things, and I will probably see you guys in the morning, I'm assuming. I'm probably gonna be very tired when I get home, because I get home at like 12:30 or 1 o'clock in the morning. Probably won't be pulling out the camera then, but I will let you guys know like how far I get tomorrow. Hey guys, it is now Tuesday. That's the day, right? Why am I so bad at days? It's Tuesday. So Update for Smutathon. So, progress that I've made so far. I started listening to the audiobook of Because You Were Mine, and I am about 16 chapters in, which puts me like there-ish, yes? It's not great. One, it's a mafia romance, which is not like my thing. I'm not really big into that, maybe just because I haven't read good ones yet. But this, I have to look into it. I don't know if this is part of, not necessarily a series, but I feel like these characters, I feel like I should know them better, because you kind of just get tossed into this story with like very little context or background on a lot of the characters, which is honestly fine. But there's, I feel like, a lot more trying to be accomplished in this book than she allotted time for, if that makes sense. Like, basically, I'm just here for the smexy time. Everything else in the story, like the actual plot of the story, I could care less about, because I feel like I didn't really get introduced to the characters at all. Like, we met our main chick, and she is a dancer, and she is like posing as her twin sister to get into this college class, and the teacher of the college class is like posing as the actual teacher. How does that happen? Don't think that can be a thing that happens, but they just meet and then they bang, and things, her family is in the mafia, he's in the mafia or trying to take down the mafia. I don't know. I'm basically here to listen to the smexy time and move on. So this is gonna sit at like a 2-star read right now, and I'm not even halfway through it, but it's not great. So off to a great start. But I did remedy that this morning by starting The Unhoneymooners. And just like everybody else has been saying since this book got announced and ARCs were going out, I am loving it. It is so fun and so easy. Christina Lauren's writing, I don't know what it is about it, but like I can just like fly right through it. Her books are just so easy to read, and they're so fun and happy and sexy, and this is just falling in the same vein as all of their other books. So you guys probably already know the plot to this and everything, but I'm basically to the point where Olive, our main character, and Ethan are on their flight, and they just landed in Maui. So we are about to start the honeymoon, basically. And I flew through those first 70 pages in like half an hour this morning. It was ridiculous. But the plan was to sit down and binge through all of this today, because I very easily could, and film. But instead of being a productive human being in society today, my friend from work just texted me and said that we can do some aerial yoga. That's a thing that I'm attempting today. Have I ever done it? No. But she is an instructor and has her own aerial silks. So we are going to set up outside in the goat field and do legitimate aerial goat yoga. I'm going to try and recruit her to take some footage, or at least pictures, because I feel like this will be a comedy of errors. It's not gonna be pretty. One, because I haven't done yoga in a very long time. Your girl ain't flexible anymore, nor do I have core strength. Two, I've never done it off of the ground. Why do I think this is a good idea? I don't know. And also three, goats chew everything. I have a feeling they're gonna get locked up very, very quickly, just because they're not good at the personal space and the boundaries things. So that's how my afternoon is looking right now. Drastic change from being a productive part of a readathon and booktuber. And I'm just gonna do some aerial yoga. It's gonna be good times. Okay, I will update you guys probably tonight with hopefully some progress, if not some pictures of aerial yoga. No promises, some promises. Alright, so it's Wednesday night now. I did not do the vlogging thing yesterday. So I hopefully have some footage of the aerial goat yoga. It was a smashing success, let me tell you. I have already purchased my own aerial yoga silk because that is the coolest shit in the world. But y'all aren't here for that. Y'all are here for book talks. Pull my little sack of happiness out. I did sit and binge all the way through the rest of The Honeymooners today. Like, I just sat and I read through it, and honestly, it took me like only a couple hours. This book reads so quickly, and it was so fun. Like, this is one of my top Christina Lauren books now. It was just so, like, happy. It made me want to go on vacation really bad. I just adored the couple. There's not nearly as much sex in this book as I was hoping for. Let's be real. That's what this readathon is about. Bring on all of the smutty scenes. And there was a lot of fade to black in this book, and I was like, bring it, give me some more. And they didn't bring it. But the story itself was so stinking cute. Like, the buildup of the sexual tension of the, like, enemies to lovers is, like, precious. I just adored it. This technically checked off, like, a whole bunch of the bingo squares, but I think I'm only counting it as a vacation romance and as fake dating, fake relationship. I think I'm counting it as those two. We'll see as the week progresses. If I need it to check off more boxes, I will do that. But I did technically finish book 1 for Smutathon. It is now Thursday. Why? Hold on. I have to show you guys my cat real quick. I don't understand why she does this. Hold on. Just ignore this. I haven't hauled this yet. But my cat likes to sunbathe on my desk lamp. And also, this is like a little Eevee stuffed animal that is her own personal pillow. Like, she knocks it over and then proceeds to... Calm down, Car. I'm trying to show my cat being cute. She, like, sleeps on this as her own, like, little personal tanning bed. Why? Why is your face... You don't fit back there. Cat. Okay. I'm gonna go back to talking about books now. Are we situated again? Sure, whatever. She's just, like, behind the camera as I'm filming this right now, just, like, being weird and adorable, because, you know, cats. Also, are we digging this hair that I just took out of a ponytail where you can totally still see the bump of where the ponytail holder was? It's fine. That's my look in life. Just always that. But I have my book of the month to open. I have some reading updates to talk about. Let's just discuss things. Did I say it's Thursday? It's Thursday. I have since finished Because You Were Mine by Claire Contreras, and this was not great. It just... Did I already talk about this? I don't know. Why am I so bad at vlogging? I never go back and watch previous footage. I just did not really care for this. It was... One, I'm not invested in mafia stories. Like, the mafia, the mob, crime gangs is not really a trope that I gravitate towards, ever. I don't really ever see that changing, to be honest. It's just not a... I know it adds like a suspense or a thrill element, and I don't know. It's whatever. So that was not great in this. So yeah, the plot, couldn't care less about. I like that she's a dancer. That was the only thing that kind of piqued my interest in this, but the dancing is, like, not talked about in this book. Like, she kind of goes to studio or does performances occasionally, but, like, it's not a main plot point. The romance, don't really care about it, to be honest. Like, you didn't really get to know either of the characters well enough to care that they start to care about each other. Does that make sense? Like, this book is very short. Honestly, I was only in it for the sex. Like, the sex scenes were good, but as somebody who kind of likes some context to their lovin', it didn't offer much. So this is ultimately going to be like a low 2-star. So that is 2 books completed. I finished The Honeymooners. I have finished that. I have read a 3rd book since then. I did listen all the way through Bully by Penelope Douglas. I think this is my favorite Penelope Douglas book. I have been trying them because she's such a well-loved author. And I think I just had a different perspective of her as an author going into her books than what I should have had. In my mind, I thought her books were all going to be very steamy, like very dark and very sexy, and a lot of her books are actually young. Like, most of, so far, the books that I've read, the protagonists are in high school, and I did not expect them to kind of be, like, sexy YA, which, if that's a thing, like, if that's a little genre that exists, that's cool, because it basically shows the graphic parts of being a teenager, but not putting it in the YA section to, like, annoy parents, like to upset parents who might be somewhat strict about what their kids are reading. So this is definitely, like, I don't know, it's this weird little, like, world of, like, teenagers having sex, because guess what? Teenagers have sex, but it's, like, okay in these books. I'm going on a tangent here. I really liked Bully. I think I'm gonna give Bully 4 stars. It was so angsty, but I think because I knew that, like, I was prepared. I think, what was the book that I read before? Punk 57, I think I just wasn't prepared to be reading a high school story when I went in, so it kind of like threw me for a loop and I had to like readjust my viewpoint. I think because I kind of knew that it had the potential to be mature young adult, I'm gonna call it that, because it's like teenagers in high school, but they're having the sexy time, right? So, okay, it's so angsty, but for some reason I really dug the characters. I think what I like about Penelope Douglas, and I think what other people really like about her, is she really develops the backstory and the characters for a seemingly simple plot. Like, if you think about it, so far the books that I've read by her are Birthday Girl, Punk 57, and Bully. Those are the 3 that I've read, so that's the perspective I'm coming from. But the plots so far of her books that I've read have been very simple. It's just usually a love story that has obstacles and somewhat dark content. But I feel like, so the actual plot itself seems really simple, but I feel like there's a lot that goes into these books that you don't expect to get from romance. Like, this is a prime example of it being strictly just an insta-love sexy story with like very little backstory. Penelope Douglas is the opposite of this. I feel like she builds a lot up about the characters so that you're like significantly attached to them, so you actually understand the significance of certain events and certain things that happen between them. I liked it. I liked it a lot. I think I'm gonna finish this series out. I don't know how many books. It's like the Fall Away series, I think it's called, but I'm pretty interested in it and I kind of really liked it. I was surprised. So I finished that. That's technically going to count as my one-word title, my read in one sitting, because I did, but honestly most of these I'm gonna read in one sitting because I listen all the way through them while I'm at work, and possibly Enemies to Lovers because, oh man, she hated him a lot. Need a box cutter, got one of these. Gotta open my book of the month because you need that B-roll content for some vlogging. These, I obviously know what books I ordered, so this is not gonna be like, surprise, I got these. But I did get 2 books this month. These are the 2 books that I got a nice yellow theme going on. Let me open this really quick and show you the booksies that I got. So the one that I chose as like my actual book of the month, ooh, little bookmark. To learn to read is to light a fire. Every syllable that is spelled out is a spark. Victor Hugo, June 2019. Lovely. So the book that I chose for my actual book of the month is Recursion by Blake Crouch, because I adored the heck out of Dark Matter when I read that like 2 years ago. When did that come out? 2 years ago? Oh god, am I that old? Probably. But I don't think this is actually like related to it, but you know how Dark Matter messed with dimensions and like parallel dimensions and the potential of like things happening between those dimensions? This one, I believe, deals with memories. So I feel like it's going to be an equally thought-provoking mindfuck of a book, and I am ready for it. Also, I love how like black and yellow it is, says the person who went to school in Pittsburgh and despised all of the Pittsburgh sports teams. You know, that is not how I pictured Blake Crouch at all. You know when you see like author pictures and you're like, not even close. That's one of those. Okay, so I did this as my like choice for the month, but I added on the new Sarah Dessen book because I love Sarah Dessen. I feel like Sarah Dessen is one of the most underhyped YA contemporary authors who's been around since the original beginning of the YA book genre. Like, her books are so damn wholesome. Like, she tackles so many things in her books. Her books show relationships of all types. It's not just romance. It shows like family relationships, it shows friend dynamics, and it shows like healthy, unhealthy. It shows like everything. And I don't know why more people don't talk about Sarah Dessen, just because I think she's considered like, I don't know, an older YA author, so she's not as exciting. I still think she's relevant. I still think she's amazing. I will still read all of her books, and this is not an exception. Also, look at the little tiny canoe and its little oars. This is so cute. So this is the rest of the story. Do I know anything about this? Probably not, but I'm probably going to save this for Summerathon because Sarah Dessen is a really good summer author to read. Those are the books that I got in my book of the month. You guys, guess what came? It's my aerial yoga hammock / silk, whatever you want to call it. Thank God for Amazon. So, I was a little too excited to do an unboxing for you guys. It came in a box. It came in a bag. I got the dark green one because I'm a dark little earth bender. I don't know. I tied it on. We looked at a lot of the videos on how to tie it on to the actual hooks. So I've tied it on. I should probably cut this. It has the end zip tied so that you can keep it together. I'm gonna cut these off, then I'm gonna go outside and I'm gonna hook it up on the tree and I'm just gonna chill. I'm probably gonna talk to you about books in it and then I'm gonna read. I partially got this to do yoga in because it's amazing and it feels really good and it's super fun. But I partially also got this for the fact that it's essentially just a really big silk hammock that I can hang in like a bat. So I'm gonna go do this, gonna go put it outside, hook it up, then I'm gonna sit in it and talk to you guys. I'll be right back. Okay, we have it hooked up. I'm just gonna take a little sit and see how it goes, cause paranoid. It's supporting me, yay. Okay, is that better? Can you see me? Can you hear me? It's also real windy out. This is probably a horrible idea, but this was what I was very excited about, and I wanted to talk to you. Do not chew on my camera, goat. So I did want to give you guys a reading update. I'm just gonna swing back and forth. It's gonna be like 3D for you guys, except you're getting really close to my face. Okay, we'll stop swinging. What are things that I wanted to talk about? Books. I'm just like on a high about this. I'm gonna play on this for like the next hour. It's gonna be amazing. Okay. Books that I read. I finished Bully. I talked about that. I finished Because You Were Mine. I finished The Honeymooners. I listened to The Air He Breathes by Brittany C. Cherry because I wanted to. It's about kind of a couple, like a man and a woman who have both lost their spouse in the past. Like the man lost his wife and his son in a really bad accident, and the woman lost her husband in the past. So it's kind of their relationship, and they're learning how to deal and grieve with each other and through their relationship and not in their relationship. So I'm gonna count that as second chance, even though it's kind of like a stretch for the trope because it's not technically second chance for the same couple. It's a second chance just at love in general. And I'm also gonna count it as a new to you author because I've always wanted to read her books, and honestly, I'm kind of hooked. There were some lines in it that were very cheesy, like it tried really hard to be super heavy and impactful, and I don't think a lot of the lines worked for me personally, but it also had really good humor in it. It had really good messages in it as a whole. I think I'm gonna rate it like a 3.5. I don't really do half-star ratings in how I rate stuff. I think it should have been a 4-star book, but there was one, it had some cheesy lines in it that were trying really hard to be very heartfelt lines that just kind of came off as cheesy to me, and that just might be like my personal taste. But the plot twist at the end of the book I think was completely unnecessary, and I'm not going to spoil it because it is a significant spoiler for the book, but basically like you get a plot twist and you're like, oh shoot, like I didn't see that coming, even though I probably should have because I've seen that plot twist before. But then at the very end of the book there's like this very dramatic, really heavy, dark thing that happens that added to the story that turned it almost into like a thriller that I just really didn't like. So if it didn't have that, I would have loved this book as just like a solitary like romance, grieving, heavy, heartfelt story. But because of that, I think I'm gonna give it like a 3 or 3.5 star rating. I don't know. I really liked it. I'm definitely gonna continue on with the series because I think they're all available to listen to on the romance package thing. So I think I'm gonna do that. Started reading Still, so I think I'm gonna go grab that, sit in the hammock and read that for a little bit. Hey guys, I'm speaking to you from inside of my aerial yoga hammock thing. This is strange. So I'm reading Still, and guys, I just adore Kennedy Ryan. Have I said that enough? Like, probably not. She's just the best freaking romance author. Like, it's been a couple months since I read Grip, and I just adore Grip and Bristol, like, so much. She's so good at, like, their dialogue and putting situations into books that are, like, extremely relevant and important to talk about. And it's just, I just love this series so much. If you guys haven't read Grip and you guys haven't heard me talk about Grip, Grip is the first book in this series, and it's essentially, in my opinion, kind of the smexy new adult version of On the Come Up, if that makes sense. Like, it touches a lot on social justice, it touches a lot on interracial relationships and the Black Lives Matters movement and rapping and hip-hop, but it also has a really, really good romance in it that is just so good. It's so great. So that's all. This is why we can't have nice things. We can't ever let a bench just stay a bench. It has to be flipped over and turned into a jungle gym. But as always, here's some goat footage for you guys. How are we doing? Here's Napoleon, the star of the show, and Merlin being a little mountain climber goat. We got Rue, we got Neville, we have Hercules in the background. He never makes appearances. Oh, hello there, sir. How are you? Alrighty, it is Sunday night. I think I skipped like 2 days of vlogging, but I did not skip 2 days of reading. So I am here as, I think this is gonna be my final check-in. I have a tiny bit of a boxing thing to do for you if you guys are interested in that. I have some books that I haven't talked about that I have since read. I just want to give you like kind of a wrap up of like my week and my thoughts on some books. How many books did I finish? As of right now, I am at, I got a new case on my phone and like a new pop socket and everything, and it's throwing me. Like, my phone has been purple and black for the past like 2 years, and all of a sudden it's like this weird dark turquoise gray color. And it's confusing. Okay, so as of right now, I have read 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and I'm working on my 7th book for Smutathon. Okay, does that work? That works for me. Since I talked to you, what had I finished? Well, I read Sweet Filthy Boy by Christina Lauren. I didn't really plan on reading a second Christina Lauren book, but it was one that was available to listen to, and I was in the mood for it. I actually really liked it. Like, Christina Lauren, their books are either fluffy and fun and romantic and kind of sexy, or they're like smut. Oh, hello, text. I should turn my phone sound off. And Sweet Filthy Boy, or the, what is it, The Wild Seasons? Something like that. That series and the Beautiful Bastard series is their smutty smut area. And I read Beautiful Bastard a while ago, and I liked it. For what it was a simple, smutty book. It was kind of like a 50 Shades of Grey type of like business place, dom type of guy book. This one was so kinky. Like, Sweet Filthy Boy is the one that I'm talking about. I listened to it, and it's more of like a new adult because they just graduated college. This basically follows like a girl who goes to Vegas with her best friends as like a last hurrah because they all just graduated college, and before they like start their adult lives or before they go to grad school or anything, they did this, and it's basically The Hangover. She wakes up and realizes that they all got married to random guys overnight, and none of them really remember it. And the guy that our main character married is from Paris. He's very French, and he was just like there on a weird trip or whatever, and she basically made him promise to not annul their marriage until the fall. So she ends up going on like this wild journey to Paris with him to like be his wife and live with him. And it sounded bad. Like, it sounded really hoaxy, but I loved it. It was so good. Like, I love Christina Lauren's books. Like, they're always just so easy to read, but their smutty books, there's not much substance to them. It might have really good sex scenes, but that's kind of where it ends. This one was so good, and I loved kind of the topics that it tackled as far as like new adult romance goes. Like, it can only go so heavy, but this one kind of dealt a lot with like a girl who had insecurities with being sexy and stuff, so there was so much role play, and it was so kinky, and I was not expecting it. Like, as I was listening through it, I was just like, ladies, this is a little risque for you. I loved it. It was so good. Like, it was such a change of pace for some reason for their books. So I listened to that. I gave it 4 stars. That is going to check the boxes for like foreign country, different worlds, because they clearly came from different worlds. Like, she doesn't really know what she's doing with her life, and he lives off in Paris and is like a fancy pants lawyer, like kind of intern lawyer type person. They're in very different points of their lives, and they basically help each other figure out what they want to do. It was so cute. I loved it, and it was so steamy. I loved it. 4 stars. Today, I needed an LGBTQ+ book. I needed Forbidden Romance, and I still need to read A Host's Favorite Romance, but If any of these count, that's cool. If not, I'm not gonna be heartbroken over missing that one. I ended up, okay, I started listening to, I was at work this morning and I needed a book to listen to, so I downloaded the audiobook for Captive Prince. I listened to it on the ride in and for like maybe half an hour while I was there. I listened to a grand total of like an hour of this book and I said no. Okay, I know this is a very well-loved book, but it's also a very hated book. Like, I feel like it's kind of similar to Paper Princess, where it's just this weird cult following type of trilogy of books that people were just obsessed with or just like didn't understand it. I am leaning more towards the not understanding it, but I also was not in the mood for a fantasy. So I'm gonna like set it aside for right now, but from what I read of it, it was not great. I just kind of said no, and I turned it off, and I was like, okay, I need another one. So I just scrolled through the Audible romance package. You can break it down by like character types or story themes or whatever, and I ended up just going into the LGBTQ plus section and like picking a book. I listened to the perfect book. It was so precious. It was called Rescued Hearts by Georgia Beers, I think is what it's called. This is a female-female romance that takes place at an animal rescue. I know. It literally was so perfect. I listened to it while I was working at my animal rescue, and I was listening to animal rescues. And they talk about actual stuff from the animal rescues. It's like accurate on how like intake works and how adoptions work and what it's like actually caring for the animals and like just day-to-day things and like the frustrations of people just giving up their pets or like abusing pets. But it also was dealing with the really cute female-female romance between like a woman who worked there, like she's a manager there, and a volunteer who comes. So I adored it. Plot, super cute. Romance, kind of cute. Puppies, adorable. The only thing that I didn't like is that it had kind of slight cheating in it. And it just kind of, I just never like it when that happens. Like, it just is an automatic turnoff for me in relationships when you can like see the relationship that's going to happen in the book, like the end game relationship that you're rooting for, but you realize one of them is in a relationship while they're starting to develop feelings for someone else. I know that's a thing that happens in real life. I understand it, but it's just, it kind of turns me off when I'm listening to books. So that's kind of the only thing that I was like, meh. And it took a long time for her to like get herself out of that situation. And I was like, not a fan. Everything else about the book was so stinking cute though. Was it amazing? No. But it took place at an animal rescue and I was like, perfect. And it's female-female because there's not that many sapphic, smutty books out. Like, there are a lot, but like they're not as talked about as male-male romances, and that's a whole separate conversation to have at another point in time. But I really wanted to read a little sapphic story that had puppies in it. So I did that. I gave it 3 stars. So that leaves me with, as of right now, I am still working on Still. I'm like 70 pages into it. I think this is what I'm going to read tonight, but I'm also in a weird point where I really need to film a whole bunch of videos and I need to take a bunch of pictures for Bookstagram and stuff. Like, I have stuff I need to get done tonight. So I'm checking in now to wrap up the week. So that basically means I got bingo all over the place. I covered almost the entire board, basically. As far as like my wrap up goes for the week, I read Because You're Mine by Claire Contreras. This was like 2 stars. Nah, not for me. I read through The Unhoneymooners by Christina Lauren. Loved it. 4 stars. Super cute. Probably my favorite book that I read this week. I also read Bully by Penelope Douglas. So far, this is my favorite Penelope Douglas book series story so far. Gave that one 4 stars. Read The Air He Breathes by Brittany C. Cherry, which I'm hooked on that author now. You guys already heard my thoughts on that. 3.5, probably 4 stars. Sweet Filthy Boy. And then Rescued Hearts. So it's been a good week. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 books. And I'm working on my 7th. I will honestly probably finish this. Like, I'm probably going to sit down and binge through this tonight, but I'm going to wrap up the vlog here. I almost forgot. I have to open this. This is my red package from BookArtBookMarks, which I'm so excited. You guys know that I love these. I just cut it open. Oh my god. Okay, what are these? Ooh, I like that one a lot. Ooh, that one's cute. Ooh, that one. Okay, this looks like a good giveaway one. I think I'm going to do a giveaway with this. Okay, I'm going to show you guys. These are the bookmarks that I am just obsessed with. So she sent me 3 and a little card. Oh, I want to read the card. Oh my god. It has a goat. Oh my god, Margot. You were so cute. Oh my god. Can you guys see this? Look at this card that she sent me. This is so cute. Oh my god. Okay, the things I should be excited about are the bookmarks. These are the bookmarks that I rep for on Bookstagram. I'll leave all of this stuff linked down below so you guys can check it out. Ooh, I think the vampire one's pretty bitchin', I'm not gonna lie, but I feel like I should do a giveaway with this, with a vampire book, because I feel like that's just such a good themed thing. But, do you see that? It's like, rawr. This one, Love, has a dragonfly on it. And honestly, the ones with the really thin bands are my favorite. So I'm gonna leave her shop link down below. I do have a rep code, it's Pony10. It's related to my Bookstagram. Like, I mostly do this on Bookstagram, but I also like including this on my channel so you guys can see it, because not everybody is on Instagram. So basically, this is the bookmark. So it's kind of, it reminds me of like an elastic headband. And she does really cool connectors and like geodes and stuff. Let me try and get a book to show you guys how this works. So basically you put it over your book. So like this is the page that you're on and you just wrap it around your book. Oh, look at the sexy man abs. And it sits like this. You can also put it on the spine of the book, which I really like. So you can put it like on your shelf and it just has this awesome like decoration thing. And they're stretchy, like they're super soft elastic. So it won't ever mess up your book. That's all I'm gonna do in this vlog. This is probably a really long vlog. I'm sorry, I'm not good at keeping things short and sweet for vlogs. I just talk way too damn much. But I hope you guys enjoyed this week. Let me know what you guys did for Smutathon. Did you guys actually participate in it? Do you read romance? Not all of you read romance. I know, it's not everybody's cup of tea. It's my cup of tea right now though, so I just figured I'd share my reading week with you guys. So that's gonna be it. I hope you guys enjoyed watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video.